Yo, Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it.
Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knick shit, dripping in Knick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk is real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that you don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the facade. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in tempo as they cook my game plan. Let my brand salute and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. And we embrace the fan base, like the links, Anthony Mace. We trace the logo when there's space that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew, so here's a few bars to shine like stars divine to Mount Mars. Knicks Real Talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks Real Talk right here, I'm representing
Knicks Real Talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks Real Talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks Real Talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Yo, salute, everyone. Good evening, Knicks Real Talk, man. We in the building about to get it popping. New York Knicks had a game last night at the world most famous arena pre-game, preseason game, man. Knicks went in there, had some fun, did their thing. We're going to get into talk about all that. But first and foremost, let me bring my partner in crime, Shy Powers. What's up, fam?
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Yeah, yes, sir. Real talk, man. What a day last night, man. Great game at MSG. Knicks came in the building in preseason today. They, man, had a good game against the Detroit Pistons, man. Went and showed what they could do, some of what they're capable of doing during the season. 117-96. They got it popping. A lot of good things to talk about, man. But first and foremost, salute to the chat and everybody. Tim, my man Keith Turner, salute to you, Keith. Craig McQueen, salute to you. Salute to the chat. Thank y'all for coming in, man. And yeah, man, Knicks was in the building last night when it got it popping, man. I was really excited about that. Some of the plays we've seen from the guys, man, Shy Powers, and it just was fun to see some more Knicks basketball back in the place. You know what I mean? Even though it's preseason and everything like that, but it's still fun to see Knicks get out there on the floor and entertain us. And they did a pretty good job last night.
Yeah, the guys came out last night. They were ready to play some basketball. Overall, it was a really good game, man. Really exciting to see how the Knicks ran pace last night, man. These guys really got out there and did some things last night, man. So it was good to see, there's some ups and some downs and what I seen last night. And, as we get on into this talk about it, we'll get into it.
Yeah, real talk, man. Yeah, some peaks and valleys, some pros and cons last night. A lot of pros, though. A lot of pros. Like I said, you kind of expect that coming out of preseason. First competition, you're still rusty from just pretty much practicing and playing semi games all summer long. But I can tell you one thing I can do is I can see that day was in shape. That's one thing I can really say. The team looked in shape, a lot of energy. I was really excited about the defense for me, and that was my main thing, how the Knicks defense was going to come out there and do what they do. Because, and I think Ted's defense pretty much put it down last night, man. Them cats was scrapping. They was picking off passes in the lane. They was defending up on the ball, but Robinson, him and Arkansas, them down in the interior, they was holding it down. Pretty good win, man. Like I said, it's first game preseason, and to do what they did on offense, Shy Powers against the Dwayne Casey team. That's a coach who's known for the defense side of the ball, like Tids per se. They defense got hammered by the Knicks last night, man. I guess they couldn't keep up with what the Knicks had brought to the table. Jalen Brunson had it popping. RJ had it popping. Randall did some good things. He did some couple of things here and there that he didn't like. But overall, I think the overall performance, I think the Knicks did play a good game for an opening season game last night.
My back to I'll be right. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, Shy Powers getting it together, man. But overall they played a good game last night, man. I can't say too much about that. They just was out there scrapping. They were defending. You got some echo in your background, Shy.
You hear? I'll be right back.
They were defending the ball pretty well last night. Jalen Brunson, he was doing his thing. I like the way he brought to the table. He's the difference of having a point guard in New York City. We haven't had somebody just for so long. To finally have somebody like him who was balling the way he was balling, man. and owning them at a certain amount of minutes, had a team in control. And he really led that team for the top of the circle with that ball, man. Overall, he was doing his thing. So to the Jalen Brunson coming in here in his first game as a Knick, and he really put it down last night. So salute to him.
Yeah, no question about that, Divine. He came in, he showed what he's got paid for. He made some great plays last night. I think he played under 20 minutes last night, scored 16 points, 5 assists, and with 1 turnover. Great basketball. And he had 3 or 4 offensive. What was it called?
Chargers.
Yeah, he had guys that's they talk about how he plays small and how he's short and stuff like that, but he was up on guys and he made guys foul him. Offensively. What I mean, as they drive to the hole, they try to muscle him around and push him around, and he wasn't having it. And he got a couple of good calls for him, playing great defense. So, he was real exciting last night, man. He made the team look better. He put people. He made it the way they played last night for the short time that they were on the court together. He made the team look better. He put people in their places. Before you knew it, RJ had 21 points, with some great assists from Brunson. You see Mitchell Robinson setting some solid screens down there now. The team is a little bit more, they move around a little bit better. And even though it was preseason, Tibbs did run the rotations a little different. He substitute Randall and RJ, all of them out a little earlier than he would. If this was a real season game, he lessened their minutes. He let the second unit come in and take over the game a little bit like that. So he left Brunson in there a little longer. He did some things last night that evidently could happen this year. And I said this once and I say it again: if we get out and we execute anything like we executed yesterday, scoring wise and stuff like that, pushing pace, a lot of more of the players on the bench will get a little bit more time because you don't have to burn out the starters as much.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, absolutely, man. I think our team did an overall good job the way he let him play, and I like what he did in the second half. Once pretty much the game was a wrap, he gave another guy a lot of chance to get in there and get a little minutes here and there and do things that they do. So overall, it was a positive all around for me last night. Like I said, a couple of things here. I'm just gonna say because of preseason, you're gonna get some mistakes like that. You're gonna get some plays that just normally wouldn't happen in the regular season. Once you all in, when you're in sync, you're in tune. You know each other's tendencies. You're gonna see a lot of that after about the next 3 or 4 games. They're gonna really do that, man. So I think they're gonna be all right there. Salute to Valerie Ramsey. Valerie, salute. Appreciate you coming in. Real talk. Appreciate you. I think once they get a little bit more comfortable with each other, like even with Jalen Brunson, they only got to really play with him for 2 weeks, something like that in training camp and all that. So once they get acclimated to each other and know each other's tendencies, like I said, I think they're gonna be fine. They know where to put each other at in certain spots. I like what I seen out of Mitchell Robinson last night. Him and Jalen Brunson, they're gonna get that connection pretty soon. It's gonna be pretty awesome. Because I just like the way he gets down that lane so much. There's gonna be so many times in the season that he's gonna be able to get Mitchell Robinson the ball. Because and I think that played well for them last night. And overall, I just liked everything I seen. Harkenstein, stretch 5, pulling up, knocking them joints down, and he's a scrappy dude, man. He go after everything. That dude go after everything, man. I like that about him. He really be scrapping, chasing the balls down. And that's effort, and that goes a long way in basketball when you play with a lot of effort like that. You just get to do extra things because of the effort that you're putting in. And Harkenstein, he's a good effort player for be a 7 footer like that out there like that. So that was a good job of him, and the defense was phenomenal. We can't say enough about Deuce McBride. He was just, oh my good, he was in the candy store robbing everybody last night. I'm like, he was literally, they should have called the New York Police Department on him last night. And everybody last night. I'm like, yes, sir, he was doing it. So it was good to see him get the minutes and capitalize. RJ had his 21. That was good. Bully RJ, Almighty Free, Finesse, what up, my brother? he was doing this thing as well. Randall had some good minutes there, and you know, it was fun to see, man. So I really got to give him. I got to give them their props, man. For the way they got down last night.
Yeah, it was one play that Hardestein was getting scrappy for the ball, and he was leading towards oh my gosh, I just had a
Triple double.
Puma guy. Oh my gosh,
Clyde Frazier.
Clyde Frazier and Mike. He was coming towards them, and you heard you heard Frazier go, watch it, watch it, watch it, because it looked like he's going to dive all over the thing. The guy's a scrappy guy, man. He falls on the ground. He gets scrappy. He grabs some rebounds. I, I first game that I really watched him and seen him, but it was a couple of fouls that he gave out that probably wasn't necessary and stuff like that. But overall, he is a real scrappy type dude, man. Fall on the floor, jump for a rebound. Try. He does some things, man. He's aggressive under the basket. So he really did some good things, and it's good to see him out there. And he got some good minutes yesterday to see how we can actually rotate that second unit.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, that second unit was a beast. They were doing it. Quickly looked good. He had a couple of moments there and there, but overall, we thought the numbers so we can see what the kids did overall. But I like the way they were playing last night. If you look at these cats numbers overall, RJ Barrett, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists in 23 minutes. That cat was getting a minute a point a minute, I meant to say. Randall had only 18 minutes, man, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. That was on the way to a triple-double right there. If you give him his normal minutes, 30 minutes, that was triple-double. If you get RJ his normal minutes, he look like he's going to be close to 30 or 40. So, it's pretty crazy. But Mitchell Robinson, 18 minutes, 6 points, 4 rebounds. He had about 3 or 4 blocks in that short amount of time. Jalen Brunson, 20 minutes, 5 assists. That's the key thing right there, that 5 assists.
Facts.
That's the key right there. If they stay around that and up, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. 16 points in 20 minutes. Evan Fournier, 5 points in 18 minutes. He had 2 assists, no rebounds. That's expected from him coming off the FIBA thing. I don't think Tibbs trying to kill him with he been playing all summer. Hartenstein, 27 minutes, 8 points, 7 rebounds. That's what I'm talking about. McBride with that 7 points, 23 minutes. So you can see, guys, we looking at it, the Tibbs gave a lot of them young guys the minutes. You know what I mean? After the second half, he didn't really need a lot of them. So he kind of gave everybody the second half, the second unit a lot of minutes last night. Manuel quickly had 20 minutes, 13.3 rebounds, 3 assists. Obi Toppin had 22 minutes, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. I like to see that.
That's big. 6 rebounds.
Big. Yeah, it is. It's big. And 3 assists as well. That means he's moving the ball. So that's good to see. But the Jalen Harris, he was interesting last night. Shot powers, 17 minutes, 5 points, 4 rebounds. He looking to make that team. Obviously, Cam Reddish only had 11 minutes due to the ankle injury. But other than that, man, Derrick Rose, he had only 6 minutes. Thibodeau, and they had nothing to do with injuries and nothing. It was all by design, so we don't have to worry about that. And I throw that up in the Knicks news in a minute, man. But yeah, that was all by design. So overall, the Knicks didn't do too bad. Man, I didn't want to put up all of at plus or minus because it's only preseason. I think I leave that. They shot from the floor 51% though.
Man.
37. That's where they need to be right around the season, right there. 37.8, 39% from the. They could be around that right there the whole season. 30. That'd be nice. Look at 73%. They shot 61 last year. I said early in the pregame, I was like, they can get around 75 for the season. They shot 73 last night. That was pretty good. So 42 rebounds, 27 assists, 8 blocks, 14 steals, only 13 turnovers, pretty much around where they were at last year. Points in the paint, 62. They was killing it there. Just overall, they just gave them cats the business. So great job by the Knicks last night playing a pretty efficient game from the floor. Shooting that 51% was pretty huge to me. So let's hope they can continue that against Indiana coming up on Friday. But I think overall it was a good look though. So I was really happy to see that, Shot Powers.
Yeah, I'm most definitely happy to see that, man. The way if they can, if this is what we can actually, see coming a little bit more this season, you have a good chance, man. 37% from three, 73. Then and on top of having 73% from the free throw line, Emmanuel quickly missed 2 free throws yesterday. So if they could keep it somewhere around 75% from the line, 37% from the 3-point line, 49 to 51% from the field goal percentage, we have a chance to win every time we get on the court. You know what I mean? And the one thing that we have now is someone that could finish. We seen in the early part of the game, the third quarter. I think we started off the third quarter smoking hot. We made 10 shots, and then we missed 10 shots. But that 11 and 12 shot was Jalen Brunson, 1 to the hole and 1 short jumper, and that is something that I'm waiting to see in some of these games where we are down by 2 points or up by 4 points. Someone that can, is almost a guarantee to make a shot. He's like 51% from the free throw line. 51% from the field goal percentage. He hit some 3-pointers last night. It was just beautiful, man. And the drives to the hole and the way he dishes the ball, it's going to make this team a totally different thing. Salute, Ron. And, I'm just happy to see what we've seen tonight. Salute, Queen. The things that they did last night is, I'm hopeful, I'm just hopeful to see some of this more along the lines of how they played last night. And, if they can continue to play something like this, this is only the preseason. But the scheme that they came out with last night, playing, I do not believe that they're going to come out again Friday playing the same schemes. I believe they're going to have something totally different for Friday night against the Pacers, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, I agree to 100%. Queen, I've seen some good things, man. Some things we need to clean up, but I've seen a lot of good things different from me, from you to what we seen last year. Obviously, the pace was different. They was really that pace was up and down the floor. The defense looked at the way it looked to me a couple of years ago. And like I said, and for me to do that against a Dwayne Casey defense, that's what I was more like happy about as well, because they did that against a Dwayne Casey defense-minded coach. That's what he do. And even though it's preseason, we get it, but it's still competition. You're still going up against the next man, and to go up against Dwayne Casey and that defense was pretty good to me. And I do think that they're going to be a pretty good team. I think Detroit is on the come up. I said that last year. This team is in the right direction. They're on the come up. They got some good talent down there. And I think going up against them and beat them the way we beat them last night made me feel good, because I do think they got some good talent down there. And I think that's key. Yes, indeed, Queen. That 31 fast break points was unbelievable.
Pace.
Pace. You know what I mean? I think that Jalen Brunson thing, and I just love the Obi. I think Obi and quickly got a lot to do with that. Them cats, they keep it moving, man. They playing like quarterback and wide receiver out there with the deep threat when it comes to quickly and Obi Toppin. So, but all of them looked at these. RJ getting the ball up the floor. Brunson getting the ball up the floor. The cats pushing it, man. And I think that's what it's all about, because them easy buckets. You know what I mean? Because once you get in that half-court offense and you get stagnant, start shooting jumpers, them percentages go down. But last night, I think they just by them running the pace the way they did allowed their field goal percentage to stay up in the
facts. That's
yeah. They was getting some easy buckets, getting out in transition and running, and that's we want to see that last year. But obviously, it didn't work out under the circumstances that they were dealing with. But Derrick Rose, absolutely, he was out there pushing it, man. So McBride was doing it. Overall, a good win for a preseason game. I'm gonna take some of the positives out of it. Hopefully, it translates to the regular season. And any of the negative that they did last night, hopefully, we can clean up before we get to the regular season. But overall, it was exciting for a preseason game. They was in the building, Madison Square Garden, and they was doing it, and so it was fun to see. I can say that for sure. And let's just hope that they continue the same energy they got, man, and have that same energy going into Friday against Indiana, and see if they can do it. But my most biggest thing with the defense, like I said, you get back to Tom Thibodeau defense. And last night they put that on display. I was so happy. I was like, before the show went off yesterday, I was like, my biggest pet peeve gonna be the defense shot power. And they bought it last night. They was bringing it for real.
Yeah, they kept it exciting. They stayed in the passing lane. They played up on their defense. Everybody played their man very well last night, and consecutively they helped out on each other. You seen even to the point of Evan Fournier making some quick hand gestures and the thing, knocking the ball off of people's legs and stuff like that, stepping into passing lane, knocking the ball out of bounds and stuff like that. You know, the team can prosper if they play together. And last night everyone looked like they were almost on the same page. And I think the faster pace, the less minutes for the starters, to push in the second unit a little earlier, I think is going to be the way to bring this team to bring it into fruition, man. If he plays like he did yesterday, he had them. Julius Randle was out at the 6 minute. Julius, RJ, he's like Eddie said, he sent it a wave. He took out 3 players and then he sent in 3 players. Then he took out 2 more players, then he sent in 2 more players, and he kept them all fresh. When he brung Julius Randle and them back, it was like 4 or 5 minutes going into the end of the second quarter. Beautiful way of substituting these guys, and you've seen that Tibbs, kind of ran like a 9-10 man rotation. He gave time to Cam Reddish, he gave time to IQ, he gave time to Obi Toppin, and once we got the lead, then he let these guys just run the whole fourth quarter. You might as well say they came out of the third quarter, they got busy. He let the bench players get on the court for the fourth quarter, and if we can stay into that same mindset, get out with pace, move the ball, make quicker shots, play team defense, we will see more of a 10-man rotation, because we don't have to see Julius Randle play 36 minutes this year. We don't have to see RJ Barrett play 36 minutes this year. We don't have to see Jalen Brunson play 36 minutes if needed. If needed, then I can understand it. But if we get out and we take the lead, push the lead, and then take over the third quarter. The first and third quarters was one of my biggest things last year. If we can handle the first and the third quarter, we'll be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Real talk. Now I couldn't say it better myself, my brother. So we got a lot of positive out of the thing. But we got some negative. We got to clean up. Obviously, like I said, it's a preseason rusty coming out the door defensively. Once they come and kind of get together and kind of know how each other get down, I think it's gonna be fine. I think once these cats play together and understand what each other do, pardon me, and they're gonna really be able to put this thing together. So yeah, you got a lot of positive. I'm gonna stay optimistic about it, because we obviously we're not gonna win 82 games. So let's be real. We ain't gonna win 82 games, but what we can do is always take out the things that we didn't do good and try to not make sure we do it again the next game. So the Knicks might lose the next game or one after that. Who knows? It's really not about the wins and losses right now. To me, it's about how they're gonna get together, master their craft, and make sure they all in sync. So when the season get here, they all in sync and they all on the same page. They run a defense system, they run their offensive system, and RJ being RJ, Randall being Randall, and Brunson now coming to the helm to lead this thing, man. That's all I want to see in preseason, but I'm happy to see the whole team overall last night in one game really get down on the defense and had a good 51% field goal percentage from the floor, shot 46 for 90. You can't ask for much. Like I said, you can't ask for better than that against the Wayne Casey defense. So so that was a good job overall by the Knicks. I know we just gotta hope they keep bringing it. Just keep bringing it. Keep building on your strengths, and try to correct your weaknesses. And build on your weaknesses as well. And to get that out the way and cut down on the turnovers. Only had 13 last night, which is fine. That's about league average, you could say. So and now, like I said, against the Wayne Casey, I don't have a problem with that. Overall, Jalen Brunson acquisition. Let's talk about it, man. Shot Powers. The Knicks finally got a point guard that haven't had in a long time, and I just think it worked out real well. And I'm so excited about it. I'm even more excited about this here that I got the queen of dope soul sports talk in the building with us. Knicks Real Talk, y'all know what it is, man. Let me bring my sister in here. We haven't opened up the panel in a while, but we said this season we're gonna turn back the clock. So we bring her in here, get it popping with us. Sister, what's going on?
I got too excited when you dropped the link. I said, wait, hold up.
My sister, I was like, listen, I told everybody, like, you know what? this season. I'm gonna have my peoples back up in the building. So I'm so glad you jumped in. First and foremost, how you doing, though? I'm so happy. Before I let you holler, let me congratulate you on the show, man. I'm so happy for you. You came in. We was on MBK together. We used to do our thing, and I'm glad to see that Dope Soul Sports Talk is really, really doing this thing, man. You and the panel down there, Tsunami, everybody, y'all doing it, Shah, sister. So I appreciate you, and as for MBK, you're killing it too.
Man, I definitely appreciate it. When I first started it, I wasn't even thinking about doing all of this, but you get the bug when you start creating and then you start communicating directly with the fans and they hitting you up in the comments. You just want to create more. So it's been an amazing journey, and you've been a part of it. Shot Powell's always rocking with me. Because listen, I did my first morning show this morning to recap. You never know when you do a first show. You always have that feeling that ain't nobody gonna show up. That first time you drop a show, you like, I'm gonna be in there by myself. And I appreciate all of those, that rock with me and Divine. You know how we do.
Yes, indeed. What do you think about the Knicks last night, man? Talk to me, sister.
Yeah, listen. I saw a lot of good things. I love the pace. I love the fact that we moving the ball, we moving our bodies. The ball is not sticking. I like the fact there was questions, at least on my part, on whether or not Randall would be willing to play off the ball. I saw that, last night. He brought the ball up some, but Brunson brought the ball up most of the time, and he wasn't running behind him, clapping, asking for the ball. You see him do sometimes. He was okay with it, and I like between Brunson, RJ, and Randall. Any one of them can bring the ball up, and any one of them can catch and shoot off the other. And I think that makes offense more dynamic. I absolutely loved what I saw from Obi Toppin. And if you know anything about me, I'm going to tell it exactly how it is. If I see it, I see it. If I don't, I don't. Obi Toppin's defense was there. His defensive IQ has improved. His pick and roll defense, he knew where his guy was. He was in one place, and his guy then switched and went somewhere else. He was within arm's length in the post. He was fighting to get around the guy, got a deflection. I mean, he was posting up himself, put the ball on the floor. Obi Toppin looks good. Now, he seemed to be playing a bit too fast, but as time goes on, he's going to slow down. And he stayed in there to get the rebounds. You know what I'm saying? He's fast enough to stay in there, secure the rebound, pass it out to the guard, and still get down court. And I saw him do that yesterday, stay in there and get those defensive rebounds, which we need. Super impressed with Obi Toppin yesterday. RJ Barrett, you talked about how efficient he was, 14 shots, hit 8 of them, 5 3-pointers, hit 3 of them, only went to the line twice, but made both of them. And the thing about it is, somebody said in the chat this morning, I didn't even know he had 21. Yeah, when you
quick, right?
When you efficient, it looks like you're not doing nothing, because you don't need the ball all the time. Right. So I was happy, with that. Quickly looked stronger. Hartenstein. We talked about what Hartenstein would bring, but to see it, so yeah, I'm super excited. It's a tough Eastern Conference though, so we're gonna make our money off of our chemistry, our defense, and our execution, similar to 2 years ago. We're not that top heavy that everybody got to pull their weight.
Yeah, good analogy, real talk. Because that's what I seen last night, Shot Powers. It was like, what got me was the pace of the defense. Like I was saying, if the Knicks defense play the way they play this year, they'd be all right. We just had to get back to the basics. And I think RJ, everybody's hand was in the cookie jar last night. Everybody's hand was in there. I mean, the player go around the top of the key. You see RJ reaching behind him, snatching the ball. I seen Cam Reddish on a fast break. My man went to get that easy bucket, knocked it off his knees. So they get back to them little things, man, that what made them a top tier defense in that 2 years ago in 2021. I think they were top tier, man. But some of the things I was happy about. Like I said, it's only one sample size, small sample size right now.
Right.
But we got to hope that they take the positive and run with it and just correct a little bit of negative stuff. I'm excited. You know what I mean? Like I think this team is deep. They're a deep team. I think what I like about we might not have the top players in the game, but I think we got one of the better teams in the game.
Correct.
A lot of guys got KD and Kyrie on the front line of the starting five, but their bench is weak. I think we got a strong bench, and we got some talented guys like RJ, Randall, and Brunson, and Fournier and Mitchell Robinson had a good defense game. So I'm excited, Shot Power, to moving forward. That if this can translate to the regular season, I think we still get to where I thought we would get 45 games. But like I said, remain to be seen. Everything is funny on paper, but until you get to that regular season, Shot Power. But I'm excited about what I seen last night in the Garden.
I mean, one of the biggest things that I noticed last night as guys was grabbing the rebounds, how we leaked out, how we got down court, we pushed the ball up the court fast, and we got easier baskets. It makes it easier for the team to score. It makes it easier on your legs. You don't have to worry about the setup for the defense. You don't have to worry about someone setting a solid screen for you, stuff like that. You get the ball, you kick it out to somebody, you kick it up court. Last night I seen Julius Randle on a leak out to do a 1-2 step dunk last night. That is major for us this year. You know what I mean? If we could get Julius Randle to do things like that, RJ, once we get more, once the team gets a little bit more glue to them, once they gel a little bit better, you'll see them break out a little bit more. You'll see them running a little bit more harder to down the court once they grab the rebound. I see Mitchell Robinson last night grab the rebound and push the ball out fast. These are some of the things that we have to, we have to have this intel this year because, like you say, we don't have some of the bigger names in the NBA or in the Eastern Conference, but we have some talent, and if we could utilize what we have, this talent that we have, we could push this pace, man. The pace is going to be the major thing about this year, man. And I'm going to say it again: the first and the third quarter is going to be something to watch this year to see how we can propel ourselves into to the end of the game.
I agree.
Hey, we in the building, man. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it in the building. We got the Queen from Queen's Court in the building with us, man. Dope Soul Sports Talk. We got the Queen in the house with us, man.
Word up.
Yeah, salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Y'all already know what it is. Salute to all you guys in there for always keeping us moving, man. But yeah, the season's upon us. You know what I mean? We locked in. You know, I know what my schedule is during the weeknight now. Knicks Real Talk in the Knicks. So I'm happy about that. It's gonna be happy about it. Time is here. We ready to get it popping, man. I do think just the Knicks gonna upset a lot of people. And I like I said, not being a homer, I'm just looking at all the variables from last year to this year. We didn't have no Derrick Rose, no Kemba Walker, you know what I mean? And we only shot 50-some% from the charity stripe as a team last year, 40% around from the floor. I think we don't do that this year. I think the acquisition of Jalen Brunson just takes us to another, makes us more efficient on the offense. And so I'm hoping that, like a lot of teams got better in the East, but we got better too. Let's see what team's going to get it popping. Now, and I like what we got down here. I think Jalen Brunson, Hartenstein was some really good signings for the Knicks, man. We still got the same quality depth we had last year, but just hoping we stay healthy, sisters. We stay healthy, Queen. I think we got a good chance to compete. I just think when it comes to team overall, we're a pretty good team. You know what I mean? With the emergence of these guys like Quickly and Toppin, if they can remain that way, hopefully Grimes and Cam Reddish get to come back off the little injuries they have and contribute to the team. So overall, we got some scrappy guys down here. I think I'm pretty excited for what we got so far.
Yeah, I agree with it. I mean, all of that being said, I still think our top three, Randall, RJ, and Brunson, gonna have to come up big for us.
Absolutely.
If we're gonna make that, step. But those guys behind them, the rest of the guys in that starting lineup and those that's, in the second unit, that is good to have those guys, because if anybody is off, you don't know on any given night who can drop 20, drop 20 for you, or who could get a key rebound or a key steal. The thing about it is this a one night thing, or are we going to lock into what we saw last night for the rest of the preseason and for the rest of the season?
Yeah.
That's the key. That's the key.
You're right. It remains to be seen. Definitely remains to be seen. But I think if we take a game at a time, we got to be optimistic, at least tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we got to get Indiana lay it done, though. It's a different story. But I like the energy, Shot Powell. I like the energy, man. You know me. I just think that these guys been playing together for a minute, man. Other than Hartenstein and Jalen Brunson, these cats have been together for at least 3 years or more, except for the rookie came in last year. Obi Toppin and quickly going their third year. All these cats been together. They know their tendencies. They know their strengths and weaknesses. They know where they like the ball on the court. I think once we get Jalen Brunson acclimated 100%, I think a point guard makes so much of a difference. I mean, last year we won 37 games without a point guard. You know what I mean? Literally without a point guard, without a backup center, without another point guard and Derrick Rose. So, you know, it kind of, to me, like, if they could just stay healthy, if the Knicks stay healthy, I think they might have got a chance to do something, man. Because like I said, I like the team overall. I like the team. I like the way Tom Thibodeau got them playing. Sharp Howard coming out of into training camp. I said, if the Knicks play defense like they play the summer league, this team's gonna be good. I like if they play defense the way they play the summer league, and that summer league defense team was scrappy, and that's what they were last night. So it seemed like it carried over. Tibbs had the same thing going on in the summer league that he's bringing to the big boys. And if they can continue that through the rest of the year, just get back on it, do what they do best. Tibbs is a defense-minded guy. If they get back to that, I think we could be all right. I'm not worried about Brunson and them guys. I think if they could just be efficient. RJ put up 20 last year. We just need them to be efficient. We don't need them to shoot 67% from the charity stripe. We need to shoot 75%. You know what I mean? Julius Randle, hey, just do what you do. Do what you do. And the mental stuff is the only thing you had going on last year. Just be Julius Randle. But everybody got to shoot over 40% from that floor. That's the big thing right there, Shop. How they can shoot over 40% from the floor. As a team, I think we got a good chance to get back into this thing a little bit.
I mean, that's my big thing. I just don't believe that this team is going to shoot as bad as they did last year. I believe that we're gonna, intensify what we got. Brunson's going to be here to make everything for everyone fall into place. And last night at halftime, we were at 65 points last night. 65 points. And I know, yes, it was a preseason game, but just to see the effort that they put out on the court yesterday to let teams know what you may have to deal with this year. Brunson out there being gritty, getting fouls from players driving to the hole because they think they could take advantage of them. Mitchell Robinson out here blocking 3 shots. You know, everybody was looking fresh. Everybody was looking healthy. And, you know, if we can continue, if the players could stay healthy, get a little bit more, refined with what they do and stuff like that, I think we're going to have a really good team. The one bad thing for last night, and we all know it, we all seen it. If you haven't seen the highlight, look it up. Cam Reddish running down the sidelines and stepping on the referee's foot. And he, at the end of the play, it didn't look like he wanted to come out. But evidently, Tibbs took him out, to preserve him, just to make sure that he's all right. See what happens on Friday. But that is that. And for me, the kind of a downside was that. And Hartenstein, I don't want to say foul prone, but he got a couple of fouls last night that I don't think that. I never really watched him, so I can't say how he plays the ball. But he did get a couple of fouls in the second in the second half of the game. Maybe they were ticky-tacky fouls and stuff like that, but that's something to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know about one thing about him, that's a scrappy dude though.
Yes, he is, man.
Hey, Queen, that dude all over the place. And I like that. I like cats who got effort. He plays with a lot of effort. That's the word I'm really trying to say. His effort to be a big man like that is amazing because he going after just about everything on the loose balls, trying to save the ball from going out of bounds, all of them things. So he's really got a lot of energy to him, and just hoping they continue doing it because I really like where he came from. I think people don't understand that this cat played under Tyronn Lue and them cats last year. You know what I mean? He came from a good system, from a good program.
Right.
Tyronn Lue get down and having guys like Kawhi, even though they weren't playing, but he was around a lot of real pros, Paul George. He's got Jackson, Kawhi Leonard, you name it, it goes on. So Hartenstein come from a good culture last year, and he did pretty good for them last year. So I was glad to see that he came over to do the thing that he did last night, and hopefully he can continue doing it because having that stretch floor, that stretch five out there sometimes is pretty big. But I do feel one thing I do feel good about. Last year, we didn't have nobody coming after Mitchell Robinson, had to go out because Nerlens Noel was hurt. He only played 20 games last year. Jericho Sims was raw, but you do got a proven NBA guy who only been in the league 4 years coming behind Mitchell Robinson. When Mitchell Robinson go get a breather, you don't get too weak at that spot. You kind of gain the 3 ball, but you might lose the defense and the shot blocker to a degree because Hartenstein can block shots. But I think he makes us stronger than last year because last year we didn't have that. We didn't have a center. Period. We were the one about, hey, let's put Julius Randle at the 5, or let's put Obi. But this year we got a healthy, stronger Mitchell Robinson coming out, not off a 9-month hiatus, not coming to the team out of shape because he couldn't play basketball for 9 months. You got a freshman with Robinson. You got a nice backup from Hartenstein, and they could put Jericho there when they need him. So I think that 5 spot for the Knicks is pretty decent. I'm good with it. I really am. I'm really good with that 5 spot right now. And let's hope that Mitch can earn that $15 million a year and bring some more stuff to the game. And having guys like Jalen Brunson, and they playing unselfish and maybe seeing him more than Alex Burton could have seen it because it was hard for them. Mitchell Robinson didn't really get to go. Alex Burks not a true point guard. He didn't see him posting up on guys when they had mismatches because he was more scoring first. Obviously, Kemba Walker wasn't there, and McBride was still raw. So not having Jalen Brunson and having a healthy Derrick Rose now changed the dynamic of that team to me because we didn't have that last year. Them 2 point guards we got gonna make the centers we got much better. I think so.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And Hartenstein has the heart, but he's skilled as well.
Yes.
He's skilled as well. He hit the 3-pointers for us. That means he could stretch the defense. So I'm not saying he's gonna be out there jacking them up, but he can hit him. So you have to respect him, and that opens up the driving lanes for us as well. He's a decent rebounder. He had 2 block shots last night, as well. So he can run, protect, and he sees the floor.
Yep.
He had 1 assist, but he made some really nice passes. So it just gives us another dimension for sure.
Yeah, give us a little more strength back there because we need all the strength we can get. Like you said, we don't got the most talented supreme players in the league, but we got guys who can help make up for it. But so far so good. So far so good. We got to see how it go. I'm anxious to see how they're gonna play against Indiana. Indiana got all that young talent. You get to see Ben Mathurin. You get to see Duarte and all these guys. You still got Miles Turner, and they might be shipped out any day now with the way this Laker talk is. But you still got him and Buddy Hills down there, Halliburton. So that's going to be another test for the Knicks. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Friday, shot power, just knowing that they're going up against Indiana and that they got a lot of young talent down there. When you got a veteran like my man, Miles Turner and them. So let's see how they're going to go against it. But I think we're going to do the same thing. I think we're going to come out and play hard on defense and scrap and see if we can pull out a W and see if that pace keep running and all that good stuff, man. I like what I've seen so far. Malvin Bride, all of them. They doing they doing to me what Ted should have been doing last year. Playing defense. Defense win championships. Play some defense. If you ain't scoring good, stop your man. If you stop your man, you got a chance to win the game. You know what I mean? So get back to playing defense. They didn't do that last year like they could have did. And the year before that, obviously, when they was playing defense, and they didn't shoot the ball good that night, but the team they was playing didn't shoot good because their defense held them down and gave them a chance to win the game. That's why I think we got 41 wins because our defense was making up for our offense when we had our offensive bad spurts in games. So let's hope that they keep this thing going against Indiana shot power, and maybe we can get the 2-0 in the preseason. We'd be excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, we have some things right now, and we're soon to see what's going to happen with this team, man. There's, we got some a little light in the tunnel, man, and the closer we get to the light, hopefully the brighter the light gets, man. These guys are ready to play some ball. They look real good. They look special last night. Once again, it was only a preseason game, but even being a preseason game, the team that they played their starters last night. They didn't play much of their second unit. You didn't see Alec Burks last night. You didn't see Noels and so on and so forth. You'll probably see him again on the opening night. But we played an NBA team last night, and we played them well last night. So let's see what happens in this next game. This next game is really going to be a test because they have some young players on that team. You never know who's going to come out there. Like you said, there may be a trade in the next couple of days, the way they're talking about this LA and Miles Turner and all this other stuff going around. So let's see what happens, man. But I'm staying optimistic this whole year. Like I said, I believe that we could win at least 5 more games than we won last year. You know what I mean? And that's bare minimum. And with all the the effects that we had from last year, not having Noel and having Alec Burks playing the point guard and having no Kemba Walker and D Rose and stuff like that. I think shooting terrible from the free throw line last year and stuff like that. I think we have a brighter thing. Brunson is the key, man. I'm going to say that the whole season long, I believe, man. He stay healthy and D Rose can back him up. I think we got a 1-2 punch at that starting point guard position.
A Queen. I was saying to the guys that and the lady, excuse me, you know, having Brunson just being official, not being a field, but I mean being a point guard that he is, and having D Rose coming off behind him just to piggyback off of Shah. It's not too many second unit point guards in the league like D Rose. I mean, he might be old, but he D Rose. You know what I mean? And knowing that you got somebody like that, to me, coming up behind Brunson, you don't lose too much. You know what I mean? You know, that's what's good about it. You don't lose too much having him coming up behind Brunson. So I think that makes the Knicks pretty strong compared to last year. We just didn't have it. We didn't have none of that, you know. So that's why that keep me a little bit optimistic, because we don't have nobody on that team last year playing point with Brunson, and we don't have nobody on that team with Derrick Rose, because he went down December 8th with the injury, and that derailed everything. So to have them two guys, hopefully they stay healthy and to help carry us through the season, I think we're pretty good at that point guard spot this year.
After years, maybe
Right.
even a decade, maybe
Yeah.
I have to check of not being. Think about it. We had a lot of talent at the 2 and 3 position, right? We was like, we gotta, you know, what are we gonna do to free things up, you know, at the 2 and 3 so people can get time. We didn't talk too much about our point guard. We talked a little bit about point guard and the center position, and those two positions are locked down.
For real.
Yeah.
Point guard and that center position, you're not losing much. You know, you're gonna get when Mitch comes out, you're still gonna get some rebound, you're gonna get some shot blocking, you're gonna get a little offense. When Brunson goes out, you're gonna get Rose. Both of them can get in the key. Both Brunson and Rose can get in the key. I mean, it's gonna be interesting in how this works out, but that point guard position is rock solid.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if Brunson could repeat what he did last year. I mean,
Right.
we get playoff Brunson in New York this year. We
Yeah.
good to go. We good to go. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, we kind of got it this game right here in a short sample size, if you want to look at it like that, man. This guy came out 20 minutes, 16 points, 5 assists. That's pretty good. I believe that's where he's going to be this year. I think he's going to be around 18 points, about 7 assists this year. You know, hopefully, you know, I'm staying optimistic that as a Knicks fan, I believe that's where he's going to be, around 18 points, 7 assists almost every night, man. And that's just going to open up everybody's game. You know what I mean? Those 7 assists, you can see 2 or 3 of them going to Mitchell Robinson and so on and so forth. So I'm just staying optimistic. If he's the key to this season this year, he stays healthy, we'll have a better year this year.
Yeah, real talk. Yo, salute to the chat, man. Salute to the chat. Excuse me, salute to everybody where you're streaming from. We appreciate y'all coming in the building with us. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. Divine Shaw, Queens Court, Dope Soul Sports Talkers in the building with us, holding us down on this night, man. We appreciate you coming in. And let's, man, I'm super geeked about this team. Like I said, like the Queen said, we haven't had a point guard like this since Derrick Rose in 2018. You know, when he first came here, that's about it. And after that, you know, it's been like Jason Kidd or somebody. You know,
Yeah.
Right. So it's been a minute when we had somebody who literally, when you come out that night, you know he's a starting point guard. You know he got point guard skills. He's a winner, 2-time Villanova under Jay Wright championship. You know, go take them guys to the Western Conference Finals last year. It was basically him and Luka. You know what I mean? Then when he was doing this thing, but Jalen Brunson, without Jalen Brunson last year, they do not get to that Western Conference Finals. You can book that. So that
they did not get out the first round. Remember, Luka was hurt.
Right. Facts.
And those 2 games where he had like he dropped 30 or something, they was like, you know, we really got to focus on him. And then the next night he dropped like 40, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and to me, I always give kudos to guys who could take it up a notch in the playoffs. Because it's harder in the playoffs. And you could take it up a notch. That's impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I think he made, like Shaw said, he put a certain amount of more wins for the Knicks on that table, because I just think he's gonna bring out Mitch's game, because he just get in that lane, that he just get in there that many times. You know what I mean? And every time he come in that lane, if you ain't gonna bring your center up to stop him, and then he gonna get his buckets. And if you do bring your center up to stop him, Lob City with him and Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson and Obi Toppin, it's Lob City. You know what I mean? Because they got to kind of compress on him. And if they don't, Fournier in the corner, RJ out there, my man Rand. If RJ and Randall them just have a decent season like that, but at a better average, then I'm really I think we can make the playoff. They don't shoot up in the lower 40s, maybe 44% as a team, 45. They shot 51 last night, and then you see what happens. So they could hover around 40, above the high 40 in field goal percentage. This team will get there with that defense they got. It all depends on how efficient RJ is. It all depends on how efficient Randall is. I like what I'm seeing with the pace, like I said. So we got a lot to be optimistic about. But you know, at the same time, you know, you can go up against some stellar competition. That changes. But let's see. So far you beat them by 20. I take that for a night. A preseason name, Shot Powers. I'm really looking forward to these guys going. Tibbs, you know, make a break year for him. You know what I mean? This is a make a break year for Tibbs. You either steer the ship in the right direction, or you might be in exile. I don't know, whatever. So we had to see how that goes. But I'm looking forward to him, Shot Power. But what do y'all think, though? Do you think this is a playoff team, or do you think it's a buy-in team? What's your perspective on where do you think this team going to go heading into the end of the season? Where you anticipate them being at?
Now, when you say playing a playoff team, can they play into the playoffs, or are you talking about 1 through 6?
1 through 6.
Okay.
1 through 6.
Okay.
Mm.
I think I can see both.
Okay.
Facts.
If the chemistry is right, if Randall is right, if Brunson meshes, if RJ's efficient, and they get in the support that they need from that second team, I can see them finishing in the 6th spot. There's 4 teams that it's like something would really have to go wrong for them not to finish in the top 4. After that, it just depends on how well the Knicks play. So I can definitely see the Knicks, you know, getting in at 5-6, but I can also see the chemistry not breaking right and them having to play themselves into the playoffs.
And to piggyback off of you, Queen, for me, I see them from 6 to 10, right? I can see them, and I can see them coming in here as a playoff team. But I believe if we do come in and we make a play, be in the play-in team, I believe this team orchestrated by Jalen Brunson could take us to that next level. So if we are as high as 6 or as low as 10, I think we have a chance to make it into the play-in into the playoffs, and maybe even make a step a little higher into the playoffs. Because as you said, Queen, this guy Jalen Brunson is a different animal in the playoffs. We've seen it last year. Not saying that he could bring that again this year, but you know, it's possible.
Yeah. I'm looking 6 to 8. I do think Milwaukee, the Nets, the Celtics, and Philly. I think that's the top 4 to me. Then do you want to say Miami? Cleveland got a pretty good team, obviously. You know, let's see how it all pans out on paper. Who else in there? You got
Cleveland on paper looks. They may not gel, but on paper, that team looks.
Dude, you got Toronto out there, but I do think that anybody after that 4, I think from 5, anybody can get in there and get a pop. I think after the top 4 dudes, but I do think Cleveland, if that thing work out with them, they're gonna be pretty tough to beat as well. So you know, but I think the Knicks, if everything pan out the right way, I definitely got them anywhere from 6 to 8. I don't think the Knicks fall into no 10. I think that's my perspective. I just think the team is too good. You know what I mean? They got enough talent not to keep them. I think when Chicago's gonna be easy, but the Lonzo Ball thing, you don't know how that's gonna pan out. They still got that center who's not a good defense center. They did bring in what's my man there, Andre Drummond, so he's gonna give him a coming off the bench healthy.
He's at Charlotte?
No, he's in Chicago.
Chicago, okay.
Yeah. He's in Chicago, so they got a pretty good offense team. But their Achilles heel been them in Charlotte that don't play no defense. You know what I mean? So I think the Knicks got a chance to fight against a lot of them teams there. We're gonna see, man. If our defense come up to the forefront, I'm comfortable, and if our offense just be above average, I'm comfortable. I really am. I think this is gonna be a year where they know they got a chip on it. So they know they missed the playoffs last year after going the year before. Not to go into last year, and they didn't make it because of a lot of reasons. I think the whole team is hungry. Tibbs got them all in shape. I called them the 6-pack Knicks this summer. Everybody you seen has 6-packs. Everybody. I'm like quickly showing off his 6-pack. Obi showed up a 6-pack. Randall looking all cut. I'm like, yeah, these cats was really working.
Derrick Rose.
Yeah, right. They was working hard this summer, man. I'm like, man, the 6-pack Knicks. So it's good to see, man. So they definitely in shape. That's a good thing. And it kind of showed last night. They were in pretty good shape last night. So let's just hope they continue, man. But I think they got something to prove, and I think they will. I think they're gonna go out there and play hard. They lead that, but the East the whole NBA is deep, but the East is very deep. But you know what happens. Anything can happen in a given course of a season. Somebody get injured or whatever, or blah blah blah. Right. But I think they can do it though. I think they can get in the playoffs. They just everything got to click, like you said. It all got to gel, come together, and if they do, I think you're gonna be some good exciting game for the Knicks this year for sure.
Yeah, definitely no doubt about it. And think about it. The Knicks finished 4th one year and then didn't even make the play in the next year. So just because those teams that finished 4 through 10 or whatever, there's no lock that they're going to automatically, go back. There's no lock. So, we shall see.
What do you think about what you guys think about the Washington Wizards with Porzingis and Bradley Beal and Kuzma look like he's gonna be pretty good again this year. They got a pretty interesting team down there too as well. So they're gonna be trying to fight to get in somewhere.
They saying the same thing we saying. Chemistry and health. That's what they saying. If we stay healthy and we gel and we chemistry, we're gonna have a good shot as anybody else. Now, I think the Knicks are deeper than they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah. I'm excited about them. I really am. I think we got a little bit more going on for Shot Powell. I just hope it all just come together in the gel the right way. And we don't have a lot of injuries during the course of the season because last night had Cam Reddish go down. That was disappointing, and not having Grimes there, and we still had still able to do the thing we did. So that's why I said it's a pretty deep team. Can you imagine having Grimes last night with his defense and his 3-point shooting? That could have been a disaster for Detroit Pistons last night. But
more of a disaster.
Yeah,
because it was already a disaster. More of a disaster.
More of a disaster. Right. That to have Grimes out there. So I'm excited. We got if somebody go down. This is one thing I am happy about. If somebody go down, I think we got enough firepower to maintain till they get. As long as it's not a season-ending injury, I think we got a deep enough team to keep them going until one of them guys get back. That's what I'm pretty excited about, Shot Powell. That we heavy enough on as a team collectively where if somebody go down, somebody can hold it down for a minute. And let's say hypothetically, they get a little. You're hoping not, but a week injury. I think Cam Reddish him and Grimes together can make up for RJ's numbers.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. As a team, I think we're pretty deep over there.
Yeah,
we do have.
I gotta fellas. I gotta.
Okay, appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Queen.
All right, I'll talk to y'all later.
All righty. Yeah, man. I think we got a lot of interchangeable players, man, and a lot of guys that could play 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So we have a good mix of guys that can come in here and contribute and get together and if somebody goes down, someone could come pick up. The one thing that I just want us to be this year is a good team. I want us to be a good team. If we didn't make the play-in or the playoffs last year, and if we can make it into the play-in, I'm happy this year. That's an advancement from last year. I think that we can get a little higher than just the play-in, but if we can make it just to the play-in to make it into the playoffs, I'm happy for this season. I want us to become a good team, man. I want us to be perennial. I want us every year to be, here come the Knicks, man. Oh, man, here we got to play the Knicks tonight. Oh, man, not the Knicks tonight, man. Yeah, that's the type of team I want to, out there this year, you know what I mean? And for years to come. So I think we have that with the type of guys that we have here. We have to get some of these guys out here to see what they have. You know what I mean? So this is a perfect way in the beginning of the year for hopefully Tibbs let his rotations be a little longer. Instead of that 8-man, 7-9, 9-man rotation, let's start playing. Let's take out these starters a little bit earlier, man. I'm gonna run this in the hole. I hope y'all watching. Let's run the starters a little shorter, 6 minutes. Let the second unit of these young, energetic guys come in here, the D-Rose, the IQs, the Obi Toppins, the Hardensteins come in that second unit, the Brunsons come into that second unit and start, to help this team stay healthier towards the end of fourth quarters and for the season. So I just can't wait, man. It was a good game yesterday. And just to stop talking about the game, thank you, Queen, for coming in here representing tonight with us and stuff like that. That was real big for you to come in here, and see you soon.
Yeah, real talk, man. Yeah, man. So far so good. One game out the way. Knicks 117-96. Good all around team play, man. They shot well from the floor. Defense was good. A lot of guys did what they had to do in the amount of minutes that they got. So you could say you was happy about that. But overall, we just got to keep doing what we're doing, keep learning, keep scrapping, keep growing, keep getting better, and keep learning on that it's a marathon. So we got to just hope that we can keep doing that, and I think that we could do that. That's what it is. But listen, chat, we just want to come in with the pregame, man. We ain't gonna stay out too long tonight. We just want to come and get a pop with you guys, piggyback off that good energy that we got last year for the Knicks. Last night for the Knicks, I apologize for that. And I'm looking forward to Friday's game. We'll be in the building Knicks. We'll talk pregame. Y'all look for the notification button and everything. Y'all hit us up. We'll be in the building for sure. Sure indeed. All my Met fans out there and like the way we got swept. But we'll be back. We'll be in there. We got two aces in the hole, man. Matt Scherzer, DeGrom. Salute to my man, Aaron Judge. Real talk.
Yeah, man, knocking them balls over the wall.
Salute to Aaron Judge of the Yankees, man. Salute to him, man. Big season for that brother. Triple. He might be a Knicks uniform. They don't pay him next year, so you better come and Met you. Steve Cohen got deep pockets, so Aaron Judge, the Yankees better get that man the Brinks truck and everything else that comes with it. But yeah, man, that was good to see. So yeah, man, I'm excited, Shop House. That was a good game last night. Was happy about it. Couldn't be more thrilled about it. Let's see what we're gonna do Friday, man. We building, man. We get it popping for sure.
Yes, facts. And salute to you, Eddie Alvarez, man. You've been coming with some great takes tonight, man. Hey, you think, some of the things you say, I say the same thing, man. I think the Knicks are hungry this year. I think they got that chip on their shoulder. They didn't make it to the playoffs last year, the play-in or the playoffs last year. And I think that they will, try to elevate their game this year. I see everybody looking. Another one thing that we didn't really mention this right now is the way IQ played yesterday. IQ is so much bigger and stronger this year, driving to the hole, holding his arms out real strong, grabbing the bumps and still finishing. He did one move when he drove to the hole and he laid the ball up with his left hand. Impressive, man. He was doing that in the summer league this year, driving to the hole with his body, jumping and laying the ball up, and it was impressive, man. And I'm glad that these guys are really here and they're ready to play this year, man. I think we're gonna have last year I think it was Cleveland that had the really surprise year last year, and I think the Knicks will fall into that compass this year.
I agree with that one, Sean. That's what I'm hoping right there. I mean, you hit the nail right on the head to me, just like Cleveland did last year. And I think man, I think they could do that. I think they got the talent. But that IQ thing, though, man, especially when he took that and one with a left,
that was big.
You know what was crazy about that shot? How the way he was at the key, he kind of headed the drip, did a heavy on the dribble, standing up, and he seen my man didn't really come at him or turned away or something. He just went down the lane, man, and extended it, and he got it popping. I thought that was awesome. Obi Toppin, you know how he get it. Man, that brother, he was doing some good things last night as well. You got some good things to be thankful for, man, with the Knicks, man. Let's hope that it all stay effective. I meant to say, excuse me for stuttering right there. Stay effective, and let's hope we can get into this thing, man. It's gonna be a long season, 82 games, but that's right. You know what we do, Knicks fans, we built for it. It's gonna be a long season, but it's gonna be some peaks and valleys. I think there'll be more peaks than valleys. I can't say that. I think it'll be more pros than cons this year, and that's why I'm optimistic. That I think they're gonna be all right there. And they just got to keep fighting and scrapping and doing what they do. And I think if they do that, I think they'd be all right. I really do. I do like the talent we got there.
You certainly right, Eddie. That IQ dribbles the leather off the ball sometimes. You ain't lying about that, man. He just be dribbling, but he is a little bit bigger. He got a little bit more efficient, and he's cold-hearted, man. He didn't even shoot. If I'm not mistaken, did he shoot a 3-pointer yesterday? I don't even know if I seen him shoot a 3-pointer yesterday. I think majority of his moves were down the lane to the hole with the and was. You know what I mean? So kudos to these guys, man. And another thing that I noticed yesterday, I didn't see IQ smiling. You know how Obi Toppin. He didn't have that, that young face on, and he's coming down the court. He's got his, smiling and doing it. Now, he was dead serious yesterday. His face was totally focused. He get the ball, he go up, he dunk the ball. He don't come out of the dunk smiling, giving high fives, and coming down the court and getting ready, set up for his defense. So we got a couple of guys that's been on the team. You know what I mean? A couple of guys that's been with the New York Knicks for a couple of years, man, and I think we're gonna have a successful year this year.
Yeah, me too. It's fun. It's fun to watch. Just overall, Knicks basketball back is fun.
Yes.
That's the most important thing. The basketball season is back in effect. But we pretty giddy about what we got down here. Like I said, it can go one way or the other. It can go the right way, it can go the other way. Who knows? But I think if everything, if a lot of stuff work in our favor, and I think I will piggyback to what you were talking about last year with the foul shooting, picking up the pace, shooting a better percentage from the floor. If they do that, then I think this team is going to be all right. They just got to do them things right there, like you said. They got to definitely stay efficient. Definitely got to keep that pace running. And play the defense. That defense. Defense win championship. Let's hope they can play this defense, man. Like I said, even when you're having a bad shooting night, if your defense is on point, you're still in the game.
That's right. You stop them from scoring, even if you're not scoring well. You put pressure on them, that slows them down, you know what I mean? Until you can get somebody that can get hot again. Mm-hmm. And with this team right now, we have a lot of players that want, they want to be great. You know what I mean? You got a couple of these guys on this team that want to be great, man. IQ, I think, wants to be great. I think Brunson is going to be, like I keep saying, he's going to be the key. Our heart is going to be a staple in that he's going to we're not even going to remember Noel who? What happened? Noel what? What happened to? Yeah, he's going to be one of those guys. Once Ahard starts getting the biggest thing for me when I seen Ahard getting on the court yesterday is he got the ball and he shot that 3-pointer and it went water. It went straight net. It wasn't no rumbling around the rim or nothing like that. I said, uh-oh. I said, we might got something in this guy right here, So we got a couple of guys that's, once they get together and start really formulating a plan, it's going to be on and popping, man. It's going to really be on and popping.
Eddie, man, you dead on about that, man. That's why with the healthy with a lot of players, he like aggressive ball players. Tibbs like cats who get after it. That's his MO. You know what I mean? Man, it should be that way. He like aggressive dudes, and that's why a lot of these guys that came through the Tibbs system, they were aggressive. They had tenacity. They went at it. And I think like Manchild said, Deuce last night. That's the reason why that brother, his effort was ridiculous last night. 6 steals. Dropped 13 points or something like that. 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 6 steals in 23 minutes. So that cat he probably was one of the better players on the Knicks court last night, on a basketball court last night. So I'm super excited for him. Let's see, man. OBD, like he said, OBD got to stay aggressive. Cam Reddish got to stay aggressive, and if they stay aggressive, then I think that just makes all for the better. So you can have real salute to the chat, man. Y'all got to pop it up in there, man. Real talk. And make sure y'all run them up with the thumbs up. Tell your friend, tell a friend, like, subscribe. Knicks Real Talk. Divine Shaw, we in the building, man. Knicks 117-96 last night. I'm excited. iHeart looked good. Everybody looked good. It was just amazing. Cam Reddish shot that 1-3. Got a little after that. Had efficiency went down a little bit, but he's there. I like the other things he did. I like the bounce pass of RJ on the fast break last night. Right. I like when he was on that fast break. That defense he had on that knocking that ball up a man's leg. Overall, like I said, the bounce pass of RJ on the fast break. So he did some good things other than his, a couple shots and fall here and there. But that's preseason. Everybody's not going to do that. Not everybody. You're going to have guys who might not be efficient the first game coming out the gate. But for the most part, I like the energy he brought as well. That's the one thing I was happy with. I noticed Cam Reddish energy was there last night. What I mean? And that was a good thing. So you got to take the pros and the cons with it. And like I said, we had some bad things. We had more good things than bad things. Obviously, it tells by the box score. Obviously, the score tells you how good or bad you played. We played well enough to get to score 117 points, hold them to 96, and win the game. And like I said, we shot well from the floor. That was impressive. What we did stat wise, 51% from the floor, 37% from the 3-point line, almost 38% almost. 73 from the charity stripe, 11 out of 15. That's what I'm not 10 out of 20. It's good. So overall, we did pretty good. Shot Powell. I was happy with the overall performance last night with the Knicks, man. We get ready for we get ready for Friday in the building. We'll be in the building, man. Ready to get it popping, man. Y'all check out for us, man. We be in the building, man. We're gonna be here all 82 games, or all 86 counting the preseason. But we be in the building. Y'all make sure y'all look for us, man, and holler at us. And we appreciate y'all coming in tonight, man. We're gonna get out of the building, man, and get ready for the next go round. Shot Powell, holler at me, brother.
All right, Divine, you already know how it is, man. Salute to you as always, man. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. You guys keep us on our tippy toes and on the back of our heels, man. So salute to you guys in there. Eddie Alvarez, East Blue Drew, Robert, You know, Man Child, you know, D-Roz, you guys are great, man. Keep coming in here. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. The season's about to heat up. Things about to get smoking. Come in here and listen to some of this Nick Real Talk right here.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. To the chat is where it's at. Eddie Alvarez, chat master of the night, my brother. Real talk.
Word up.
Robert, you already know what it is. Robert Woodward, the Harlem man. You know how he get down. D-Roz, East Blue, Drew, salute. Francisco, my man, salute.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Everybody, Man Child, Canada in the building. D-Roz, you already know how we do. Met Knicks fan, let's go. Come on, New York Mets. Let's get it popping. We got to get in here with them aces. We got to do something. Like
Professor.
I said, the professor. Everybody, man. Cash Out, James, Fabian.
Yes, sir.
You know what it is, man. All you guys, man. The crew is thick. That's what I love about it. Johnny Davis, can't forget John D. You know what it is. So salute, man. West Coast Knicks, the Queen's Court. Thank you for blessing this show tonight. Ron, still Knicks fan. Thank you for coming in on the chat. D Cool, you know what it is, man. The whole chat, man. You JJ. I don't want to leave too many people. I don't want to leave y'all out if I can. And so that it's real talk, man. There's love, there's family up in here. You know, so we're gonna do what we do. My man Kevin Taylor. Kevin, what up? Appreciate you as well.
Turner, Parrish Duggar.
Yes, sir. Quality jumper.
Yes, sir.
Almighty Finesse. All you cats, man. Real talk. So Craig McQueen was in the building early. You know what it is. Valerie Ramsey was in the building with us early. Thank you. Pudge Nice checked in, earlier. So salute everybody, man. Knicks Real Talk. Divine Shaw Powers. We out of here. We see you cats Friday, man. Pre-game 5:30, 6 o'clock, depending if it's so y'all just check for the notification. And we be in here, get ready to get a popper with y'all, man. That's what it is.
Yes, sir.
So let's get it. Knicks Real Talk. We out, man. Peace.
Let's get it.
Time for Divine Shot, KJ Events. This Real Talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena. With the click, that's the conglomerate. Knicks Real Talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. Man to right with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. The entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in tempo. As they cook my game plan, let my brand for loop and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base, hit the link, Anthony Mace. We drink the logo when there's airspace that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine to Mount Mars. Knicks Real Talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks Real Talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks Real Talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks Real Talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it.